The big one. It's cool to see people excited about a director. It's just weird because remove Denis, who is the director you constantly hear about possibly being attached or people wanting to direct a Bond movie?
I recently heard a name and it surprised me. Who was it? I thought someone like Guillermo or someone's attached.
No, John, which name do you hear most often?
The Farrelly brothers. No, it's got to be Christopher Nolan.
Christopher Nolan's the name I hear all the time.
That dude's making epics.
All the time. And it seems like, I don't know if Christopher Nolan would do that. I think Denis was even more unlikely because of how specific of a director he is. Like, he makes spectacle, but he makes like dread heavy films. I don't like Nolan makes
he still
fun.
makes blockbusters.
Yeah, he makes fun, you know?
Yeah.
Even if they're like Oppenheimer, you're somehow super entertained for 3 hours. Denis makes films that are like you think of like Sicario, Arrival. I don't think of anything he does really like plot, but he knows how to do action.
Amazing. Sicario
well.
especially shows that Arrival even, but like I think Prisoners, I think Dune.
Oh, Prisoners.
So like I think the darkest of dark, and like Dune is a slow burn. Bond is not.
Yeah.
So like Chris Nolan has made Bond a bunch. He made Tenet, he made Inception.
Yeah.
Like he's done the thing. So you're right. Like that is a way more 1-to-1, and I know that he kind of like designed his career around wanting to make Bond. Denis came out of left field, but immediately has me the most excited for Bond I've ever been.
Yeah, I think what Daniel Craig brought has reinvented the possibility of what you can do with James Bond.
Yeah.
What I think he will bring is a new atmosphere, a new world to step into. Like Casino Royale is absolutely one of my, I mean, honestly, I haven't seen that many Bond movies, but
it's my favorite Bond, having seen 7 Bonds.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, out of the few I've seen, that's my favorite.
Having started at GoldenEye.
That
it's new who.
But I do love, it is pretty much that. Regardless, like we all still kind of know what Bond is associated with aesthetics and tone, and people were constantly contemplating like, hey, we'll go back to the 60s. What would you do after the events of No Time to Die?
Yeah.
We were cynical as fuck about it. We talked about it in the show with Amazon doing it.
100%.
About the universes they want to create and all the
shared
bullshit.
Bond universe.
A show. All these things that would dilute the property, the intellectual property. The last thing I ever expected was a name like him to do this.
An auteur director is not what I thought Amazon would be like. Let me counter all this.
Yeah.
Like those two words, like Denis Villeneuve, I'm immediately, Amazon doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like it's the one of maybe 10 names where they could say it and I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm there. Like no matter what, I think it's going to be great now.
In fact, it's probably like the biggest challenge for him. Oh, he did Blade Runner 2049 too. But you see, Blade Runner 2049,
Still an art house film.
that's what I mean. It's in his wheelhouse.
Yeah.
Like you see,
It's dread.
Yeah.
Like-
he mainly uses dread.
Yeah.
As out of even Dune, as big as Dune is, it's a dread heavy experience. That's probably the one part about it where I'm wondering how audiences will, even before all we know, he might do a completely different swing and go for
He might try something new for him.
He might try to honor what he grew up with Bond instead of going for this, the more tone that he's associated with.
He's also will have just come off doing 3 Dunes, which is a lifetime. Like,
and they're
he's
huge,
been on this forever. He's lived in this world. Maybe he wants to be like, can I make an action movie?
Yeah.
Like he might want the palate cleanse for him.
Yeah.
And I'd be curious what an action movie without dread even looks like from Denis,
But I think he will, regardless, do something very creative and experimental.
Yeah.
And he's also really good at doing that kind of he's also really good at working with intellectual properties.
I don't even know what his Bond artist will be, like just sandworm screaming. Like, because the Bond directors usually have an artist that makes their song that like feels like their rhythm. Like I'm already like, I've never been as big of a Bond fan to be like, it's 2 years away and like, who's the artist? Like I'm so excited. I'm jacked in.
It'll be Hans Zimmer.
No lyrics.
No lyrics. Yeah.
I'm stoked, man. This, I mean, between Punisher and Spider-Man and this, and then Brad and Tom, like cinema's back.
What's cool too is I don't recall the time where maybe, I haven't lived long enough, but this might be, correct me if I'm wrong, this might be the first time in Bond history where people are super excited about a new Bond without the announcement of a Bond, just the announcement of a director. Like Martin Campbell did do GoldenEye and he came back for Casino Royale, but I don't remember the hype being about that. It was the controversy of blonde hair, blue eye, Daniel Craig being in the role, not Martin Campbell coming back to redo Bond.
I think Sam Mendes had some hype,
But I'm talking about
Craig
new
was already.
Bond.
Yeah, you're right. And Craig was already there, so it was about Craig.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point. I also don't think they've ever. Yeah, they've never been director
We're not even.
first.
I haven't even been hearing about fan speculation about who the new Bond will be and all
I don't
that.
care now.
That's what I mean. It's like I kind
Could
of
be
just
anybody.
I kind of trust him. Whatever.
Yeah,
Put Timothy Chalamet in there.
Do it. Skinny
and then
Bond.
Zendaya as the Bond girl.
writes itself.
Writes itself. Javier Bardem as the bad guy again.
The name's Atreides. Paul Atreides.
Yeah. Just get everyone the same bag. Oh man, that'd be cool. Get Austin Butler. Hey. Nah, he wouldn't. I think
My
you
name's
have
Bond. James Bond. I'll have a peanut butter and banana sandwich.
Chunky, not smooth. I want that so bad. Would watch tomorrow.
Well, getting him to changes the whole perception of Amazon's approach.
Yeah.
Because sure, he's doing this one, but is he going to be assigned for the next few, or is it just normally Bond changes directors? Like
Yeah.
Sam Mendes did 2 back to back, but that's not really common with the Bond franchise. If he does a great job, it'll attract other auteurs willing to do it. That makes the likelihood of a Nolan doing this. Yeah.
With Amazon money.
Yeah. Oh my God. There's actual possibility. It's weird. This one choice.
Yeah.
More than this speaks way more volume than any actor. You could have gotten DiCaprio.
I don't care who. Daniel Day-Lewis comes out of retirement to play Bond. I'm less invested.
We got to name it
pretty
at least
invested.
one
I know.
British actor.
Although if it was Daniel Day-Lewis, I'd be like,
What
this
is
could be
that?
a wild Bond movie.
No, that would be the closest to this feeling. But I'm still more invested in Denis.
Yeah, because that's speaking to a vision.
Yeah. And like an entire tone and shape. You could do a bad Daniel Day-Lewis Bond. I don't know that I have any doubts in a Denis Bond. Like, it is such a director choice of tone. Like, that is going to be the shape. Whatever shape he chooses, we don't know, but that's special.
Yeah, I mean, he does make like cool shit though too, right?
It's just full of dread.
Like 2049, like Prisoners is pretty cool too. Like
Prisoners is my favorite Jake Gyllenhaal or Hugh Jackman performance.
it's a sad experience.
I can't watch it often.
It's a hard experience, but it does look cool though. It is like cool.
Yeah, Hugh Jackman is like scarier than any Wolverine shot.
Yeah, it was Roger Deakins cinematography.
Yeah.
Roger Deakins has worked on Bond before.
Dude,
I think we're
Deakins
Sam
comes
Mendes.
back, yeah.
I think
He's my favorite DP.
I think he did No Time to Die. Not No Time to Die. I think he did Skyfall. I think he did Skyfall.
I think you're
he
right.
might have done
Quantum?
No, that was Mark Forster. I don't think he did that one. He might have done the follow up to Skyfall. I'm not sure.
Deakins is my favorite DP. Like he's my
It's really hard. I literally cannot name one other DP.
I believe it is just Skyfall.
Just Skyfall.
Yeah, that looks like the Deakins movie too.
Yeah, but that's kind of my point. Like, I know the cinematographer for Dune is beloved because he's on the Batman as well, and he's an incredible DP. His name escapes me.
Oh my God! It's like
He's trying to become him.
I can kind of hear
He's
it.
transforming into
Not
him.
Greg. Greg's. Oh, what is it?
Fraser? Greg Fraser?
Greg
That's
Fraser.
right, yeah.
Greg Fraser.
Yeah.
But that's the closest to a second. But I literally will see a movie if I see it's Deakins. There's no other DP that I'll like. I'm just not that kind of film watcher.
I mean, it's just Fraser's pretty good.
Oh no. But like,
You
if I
get
hear
him, he did Dune.
if I hear Fraser, I get excited. I'm just saying, like, I click on Deakins' IMDb and I'll like, that's the only DP that I'll seek out.
Well, Deakins has a look.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I've seen movies where I didn't know Deakins made it, but
Of course.
I guessed it was him because of how it looks.
He DP'd Rango, an animated movie with Johnny Depp playing a photorealistic crazy lizard, and it looks like a Deakins film.
I actually didn't know he DP'd 1917 but I was watching.
He got the Oscar for it.
The lighting looks like Deakins.
Is that a Deakins?
Yeah, he's really good with like the shadows too.
Yeah.
Like the way he does night.
So expressive. And Sicario.
We've never talked about cinematography here.
No, and this is a real remix. This is the most film school episode of this pod ever.
I think so too.
In a positive way.
In a very positive way. It's the one benefit of today. Bond. I'm excited for it, man.
First time we're talking about Bond ever as friends or on camera, I think.
We talked about Amazon buying it, but not in a way that was
Like
exciting.
flippantly.
Yeah. I would be excited if Henry Cavill did get the role, though.
I would be excited, but I would expect it to be a much older skewing Bond so that he could actually be it for a few movies. because like time is happening. So they'd have to like establish it as that.
I just feel like Henry keeps getting kicked out of like iconic roles.
I know. I feel bad. I mean, he was kicked out on the Journey In too. He auditioned for like Edward Cullen. He auditioned for other Superman.
Yeah.
Like,
leave your thoughts down below.